Queen Victoria by Joseph Carbine and Brandon Aguilar. Great events make me quiet and calm. It is only trifles that irritate my nerves. Queen Victoria. Although some believe Queen Victoria accomplished very little during her reign, she strengthened the monarch because she was fiercely independent and was able to increase the influence the British Empire had throughout the world.
Who was Queen Victoria? Queen Victoria was the Queen of the United Kingdom and of Great Britain. She was born in 1819 and died in 1901. She was the last of the House of Hanover and gave her name to an era, the Victorian Age. During her reign, the English monarchy took on its modern ceremonial character. She married a man named Prince Albert and they had 9 children. Victoria was the only child of George III's fourth son Edward and Victoria Maria. Queen Victoria was the longest female monarch in history. She ruled over England for 63 years. Queen Victoria's parents raised her to have a clear grasp on both constitutional principles and the scope of her own prerogative. During her reign, the Industrial Revolution sparked, and Queen Victoria saw great cultural expansion and advances in industry, science, communications, and the building of railways and the London Underground. When did Queen Victoria rule? Queen Victoria was the Queen of the United Kingdom and Great Britain from 1837 to 1901, but was also the Empress of India from 1876 to 1901 because India was part of the UK at the time. Victoria's 63-year reign was nicknamed the Victorian era. The Victorian era was a time of immense industrial, political, trade, scientific, and military progress for Great Britain because it was during the Industrial Revolution. Queen Victoria's 63-year reign ended on January 22, 1901, when she passed away at the Osborne House. She was 81 years old. Where did Queen Victoria rule? In 1819, Queen Victoria was born in the wealth at Kensington Palace, London. Queen Victoria had many residences. She lived in Windsor Castle, the Osborne House, Balmoral Castle, and the Buckingham Palace. But Queen Victoria was the first monarch to ever live in the Buckingham Palace. Queen Victoria was the Queen of England for 63 years. England was one of the most disgusting, disturbing countries during that time, but she was able to accomplish so much that a time period would be named after her.
How did Victoria become Queen of England? Alexandrina Victoria is born into royalty on May 24, 1819 at Kensington Palace. Her parents' marriage and her birth were the result of a succession crisis that arose near the end of the reign of King George III. Victoria would have to wait until her 18th birthday before she was eligible to ascend to the crown. Many people must die before Victoria will be next in line for the throne to become queen. Victoria's mother was ambitious and hoped to become regent if both George IV and William IV died before Victoria's 18th birthday. On June 20th, 1837, Alexandrina Victoria becomes Queen of England. Victoria is able to extend the reaches of the British Empire and become Empress of India. After the Indian Mutiny in 1857, the government of India was transferred from the East India Company to the Crown. Queen Victoria became the Empress of India in 1877, 20 years after the East India Company was transferred to the Crown. Queen Victoria's empire also included Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and large parts of Africa. Why was Queen Victoria able to have the influence she had? Queen Victoria was able to take over the East India Company and expand the British Empire, turning it into a superpower. Victoria also ruled during the Industrial Revolution, which created many jobs and many opportunities for the citizens living within her empire. Her reign was a period of industrial, cultural, political, scientific, and military change within the United Kingdom. Queen Victoria was a fiercely independent queen. Her first two requests upon reaching the age of 18 was an hour of solitude a day and a bedroom of her own. During her reign, Queen Victoria was able to strengthen the monarchy by redefining its role in British life. Queen Victoria had 9 children, who all married into royalty, so she is sometimes called the Grandmother of England. Queen Victoria had the longest reign of any monarch, giving a sense of identity and continuity of the crown. Some still believe Victoria's reign served little meaning to what is considered modern England. While Queen Victoria was one of the last monarchs to rule with such high authority in the kingdom, Parliament liked her because she was fiercely independent and was able to act upon her own will. Queen Victoria was able to be as powerful as she could be and rule as long as she did because of how she handled the situations that were presented to her. End.